Hey everyone, we are here today again with an episode of Dreams Decoded, and I'm super excited because today we're going to talk about mythical creatures. And this is like really exciting for me because I love fantasy fiction. I actually have a couple of books by Brian Froud here today, and if you haven't checked out Brian Froud and his stuff on trolls and fairies, I would highly recommend. I will put the links below for his work. He also has some oracle cards that are really cool. So anyhow, if you haven't checked out Brian Froud, check him out because he is amazing. I also have some of these Norwegian trolls that I've been collecting for a really long time. Anyways, they're by Nye form. I'll put the links below for these. I'm really into fantasy and fantasy fiction. So having a dream about mythical creatures was amazing. So anyways, let's get into this dream. So in the dream, I'm at Charles de Gaulle Airport and I'm getting ready to go on a flight. And I come upon this dodo bird griffin hybrid. And it has these like pearlescent eyes, right? And it's inspecting me as I'm inspecting it. And it's like well over 5 feet tall. Like we're looking nose to nose. And I'm thinking like, is this like artificial intelligence? Is it mechanical? Is this real? Because it looked so real in the dream. And we're inspecting each other. So looking at this dream, I wake up and I'm like, wow, what could that be about? And so let's look at the first part. The first part is I'm at Charles de Gaulle Airport. I'm getting ready to go on a flight. Not to go home, but to go somewhere else. So getting ready to go on a journey, right? So we just celebrated Lunar New Year. Happy New Year to you all. And Happy Year of the Rabbit. So just celebrating Lunar New Year. This is the first new moon of the new year. We have a couple of planets that just went direct, astrologically speaking, which is Mars and Mercury, which I have a lot of that energy in my chart, and some of you may as well. Anyhow, these just went direct, which is very helpful. So it's a good time to like start looking at your goals, to get moving on things, right? As we all embark on our journeys through the new year. And then there's this dodo bird griffin hybrid. And the dodo bird griffin hybrid is this, one part of it is like the dodo bird, right? So the dodo bird is innocent, right? It's so innocent that it was hunted to extinction in the 1600s. Now, I know that the dodo bird is not technically mythical because it was once a real animal, but since it is a dodo bird griffin hybrid, we're gonna call it a mythical creature, right? Because it's mixed with a mythical creature, and it's like two different animals into one. So, so the dodo bird is like innocent, so innocent. It's now dead, hunted to extinction. The griffin is the protector, right? It's the great protector. It's on buildings and architecture to protect the grounds. So as we're embarking on our journey through 2023, we have this message of protect your innocence. Now with innocence comes, think of innocence, think of being a child. We use our imaginations a lot as a child. And one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot lately is how David Crosby has passed on, and how in this age, we age differently. People who are growing older don't act old, right? Well, some people might, but we're kind of lucky in the fact that we have people who are like, you know, from like the hippie generation who are aging and they're like, yeah, I might be in like this body that's aging, but like I'm like not like this like old staunchy like, oh, I'm this old person and I hate everything. I mean, maybe they hate some stuff, but everyone hates some things. Anyways, we're lucky to be aging in the time that we are. And when I look at David Crosby, I see someone who was in a body that was aging. But as soon as he'd start to sing, as soon as he'd start to harmonize, make music, use those creative aspects, I could see his spirit shift right back into that person who was that younger person. And there's a lot of youth. I would say that using your creativity and imagination is the fountain of youth. So anyhow, that's kind of my other message here. Now it's funny because looking at creativity and protecting our innocence as we move through the new year, and then kind of like working out this message that I wanted to share with you guys from what I got from my dream, is that you get some synchronicities that happen, right? And it was kind of funny. We'll talk about the synchronicities. So I just had to flip to my notes, sorry. So one of the things was that after I went to my writing group and we're talking about lucid dreaming, and the guy next to me is like, wow, like you had a dream about a like dodo griffin hybrid. He's like, I wish that my dreams were that cool. And I was like, they can be. Like, just start writing down your dreams in the morning. Dream journaling happens to be really helpful with lucid dreaming, and it can help your creativity, as can meditation. So then I go to the bookstore after and I'm like, I'd like to get a new book of poetry. And I'm like looking at stuff, nothing's really grabbing me. And then this lady walks by and she picks up this book. And it's If Nietsche Were a Narwhal. Now, narwhals I know aren't mythical creatures, but they are linked to the unicorn and they look incredibly mythical. Nietsche is a philosopher. Friedrich Nietzsche says, what animal intelligence reveals about human stupidity? So, we got to talking about how human evolution has gone so far and we've gotten so smart that we've actually devolved in some senses, and we've killed entire species of animals, hence the dodo bird, right? And we get to talking and we actually exchanged numbers, and we're gonna talk with each other about this book. She went back to Utah and I stayed here in California. But anyhow, it was another one of those like little like drops, right, from the universe of like, go out there, like make friends, explore your innocence, like use your imagination, learn about new things, right? So anyhow, that was kind of a funny synchronicity there. The other thing is that when I was in the bookstore, I see this other book and it's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being. Now, this is a new book from Rubin, and I thought about buying it, but I got, this book and another book about Animorphs, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait to get this other book. Now, I send a friend a picture of it over in England, and because we love to talk about creativity and the creative process. And then she says, well, I'm not so into like another book about creative processes right now. Like, I'm getting some inspiration while I'm traveling through Europe. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Let me know what you find. Then another friend pops up on social media. She actually bought the book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rubin, and posted it. And I was like, no way. I was literally just about to buy this book today. Anyways, I went on Audible and I bought it to listen to for while I'm getting ready for bed each night. And I started it, and Rubin says in the beginning of the book, he talks about how we're all conduits for the universe to give these drops of information to, right? So we get these sparks, these ideas that come, and it's up to us whether we can use them and like do like creative repurposing, right? And share it with other people and like learn from it and have fun with it and create with it. If we don't want to use it, then it'll find another avenue to go through, right? So I thought that that was really interesting, and it reminded me of David Lynch. David Lynch does a master class on filmmaking and creativity. And he also talks about, well, David Lynch and Rick Rubin are both huge supporters of meditation, as am I. And David Lynch also talks about, you know, you get these things that come, like these ideas, right? And it's up to you to use them and to create with them. So anyhow, those were just like a couple of other like funny synchronicities that happened along with the dream and sparking ideas, finding connections, synchronicities, right? But I would say that the main message that I got for right now, for the end of January 2023, is to protect your innocence, protect your inner child, allow yourself to explore, to investigate, right? Don't feel like you have to act a certain age or like act like, oh, I'm old, because honestly, who wants to wait around and die? That's no fun at all. So use your creativity, have fun, go out there, like learn new things, create new things. This is what life is about. So that is my dream decoded for today. If you like this content, then please like and subscribe below. And I will be putting out new content as it comes. Now, if you have had a dream recently about a mythical creature, I would love to know about it. So please comment below. And I wish you all the best wishes for this new year of 2023, and happy Lunar New Year again. Happy Year of the Rabbit. All right, see you all later.